Always wear gloves and goggles to keep your body safe and your surroundings. Also wear long sleeves, and if you have long hair, keep it up. Also, no food or drinks in lab. See, this is a no. When you're doing a lab and you have a chemical you want to smell, don't put your nose on it. Waft like this. Never work alone. Clara. Also, make sure to never touch any of the chemicals. After lab's over, make sure to pour out any chemicals.
Who's ready for a day of chemistry? Awesome. Today we'll be learning about the periodic table, which is made up of many elements. Does one of you know about those? Clara, would you like to come up and talk about them? The periodic table is a bunch of elements organized by atomic mass. There are rows and columns, and in the columns, many of the elements share the same chemical properties. Also, they are organized in rows based on how many elements are in their valence electrons. This, however, excludes the transition metals, which add elements or electrons to the second to last orbital. Liquid elements on the periodic table, which can be found in blue, such as bromine, gallium, mercury, cesium, and francium. There aren't very many of these, so they're harder to locate. Some elements are also associated with the charges they have, such as this first column has +1, and then it has +2, and then you come to this side, you pass the transition metals. And column 3, or the third column in this, has a +3 ionic charge. And then this column doesn't have any charges. And then you come to this element starting with nitrogen, and that has a -3 charge. And then oxygen's column has a -2 charge and a -1 charge. The noble gases are the last column, and they don't have any charge because they don't need to fill their valence shell, making them less likely to want to combine to other elements. Specific groups in the periodic table that I feel like I should explain to you. There are the alkali metals, which are found in the first column of the periodic table, excluding hydrogen. So lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and cesium, and francium. And these are very reactive metals, and they're not found in nature. They only have one electron in their valence shell, so they're very ready to lose it in ionic bonding. And they're very conductive of heat and electricity as well. The second group of elements is called the alkaline earth metals, and they are very reactive because of their +2 charge, making them not found freely in nature as well. The third group on the periodic table is the transition metals. It mainly covers this portion of the periodic table. However, it skips lanthanum and actinium, as well as this column starting with zinc. There are 38 of these elements, and some special elements are iron, cobalt, and nickel, which give a magnetic field. The special thing about the transition metals is that their valence electrons are present in more than one shell. The next group of elements are the other metal group, and this is found in groups 13, 14, and 15, and they contain aluminum, gallium, indium, tin, thallium, lead, and bismuth. They are all malleable, just like the transition metals, but they have a solid amount of electrons in their valence shell, unlike the transition metals, and they are all very dense and opaque. The next group of elements are the metalloids, which can be found on the right side of the table. These are boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, and polonium. This is the line between the metals and the nonmetals. They all have a definite amount of electrons in their valence shell, unlike the transition metals. The next group of elements are the nonmetals, which contain hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, and selenium. These do not conduct heat or electricity very well, and they do not reflect light as well. The next group of elements are the halogens, which contain fluorine and chlorine, which are gaseous, bromine, which is liquid, and iodine and astatine, which are both solid. These are all salts, and it's interesting that they all have different states, which means there's different kinds of solid as well. Another group of elements are the noble gases, which are found in group 18 of the periodic table, containing helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. These are all gaseous, and they have an oxidation level of 0, making them not able to form compounds readily.
There's one more group, right, Clara?
Yeah, the rare earth metals. These are split into two groups, the lanthanide series and the actinide series, and they fit right in here and here. They are all man-made. Last thing we need to know about the periodic table is how to read an element square. The element cobalt has an atomic number of 27, meaning there are 27 electrons in the atom. In the center is CO, which is the symbol. Usually the first letter is capitalized and the second is lowercase. At the bottom is the atomic mass. The atomic mass of cobalt is 58.9332 AMUs. Hello? No, I did? I won? Thank you, that's so awesome. I'm so excited.
Hello? Really? Oh my god, I'm so excited. Thank you for this opportunity.
How are you today? I'm great. I'm ready to win. Awesome. What have you been studying? I've studied the periodic table for a good 16 years. Oh, wow. 16? Yeah. It's a little longer than our other contestant. Yeah, I'm basically a periodic table encyclopedia. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah. You know, when I'm going up that mountain, I may not take the safe route, but I'll do what it takes to win. That's so good. Enjoy. Thank you. How are you today?
Good.
What did you do to prepare for this championship?
Well, I had a very healthy breakfast. I had scrambled eggs and I cooked it on low heat because I'm safe.
Wow, that's pretty cool. How long have you been studying safety? I heard it's been a long time.
It's been 6 years.
Wow, that's pretty long.
I know.
So I heard you guys did a lot to prepare for the championships. Who do you think did better?
Me. Probably me.
I studied for longer than you. In a timely
manner.
What was that? Excuse me?
Excuse me?
I can't even hear you.
If you literally can't take the heat, then get out of the
I'm pretty sure you've been talking about
safety isn't really.
Let me talk!
How did you feel about that last interaction with Team Periodic Table?
You know, I'm not going to get feelings involved because I want my victory to speak for itself.
How do you feel about that last interaction with Team Safety?
You know, it was fine. Honestly, competitors never bother me because I'm the best.
Team Safety!
Team Periodic Table.
Be aware of your surroundings in lab!
Calcium is a metal which is the fifth most abundant element by mass. It's essential for living organisms and good for your bones.
Team Periodic Table found their first element, sodium.
Sodium is a soft metal which tarnishes quickly in air and it reacts well with water. The most common compound of sodium is sodium chloride, also known as table salt.
Team Periodic Table found their second element, silicon.
Silicon is a hard metal. It's one of the most useful elements to mankind. It's also a lubricant used to make alloys and transformer plates. Also a semiconductor.
Team Safety found boron.
Boron is a dark powder. It is used as a rocket igniter and it gives flares their green color. Some boron compounds are also being studied as a possible treatment for brain tumors.
Team Safety found bromine.
Bromine is a deep red, oily liquid with a sharp smell. It is also toxic, and use in insecticides and pharmaceuticals.
Team periodic table found the oxygen.
Oxygen is a gas. Its largest commercial use is in the steel industry. Oxygen is also used in respiration in organisms that live in water and on land.
Team periodic table has found their final element. Time to get the gold. I actually need this.
Helium is a colorless, odorless, unreactive noble gas. It's a cooling medium, as well as being used in MRI and NMR scanners. It's also used in balloons.
You're going down. No! Safety first.
Arsenic is a semi-metal. It's a well-known poison which can be used in medical purposes to prevent diseases in poultry.
Safety always wins.
'Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie. You work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie. You're coming back down.
What are they called? These are the next group of elements are the metalloids. 2 AMUs, which is the amount of one.
That's fine.
Who's ready for the 17th annual championships of